What is up, guys? So today we're going to continue with the Danny G, Sean Atwood podcast. Now, bit of a backstory. If you don't know who Danny G is, he thinks he's a Viking warrior from Valhalla. He's always boasting about biting people's noses off, biting people's cheeks off. He's won more fights than Brian Cockrell back in the day, but there's no evidence of any of it happening other than him saying so, and his missus agreeing with him. He was talking in the last episode of how he got brought up in Doncaster. He got terrorised, he got bullied, and they used to set the dogs on him. They used to force him to smoke weed, and then he ended up going to prison, did his time, and then he got out, moved to Smethwick, and the Viking legend was born. So let the bullshido flow.
With it.
And you've got videos.
Why does he laugh like Seth Rogen?
Channel, don't you? Of you working out and doing fighting moves and stuff.
Yeah, I train like a beast, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so how was your court case going during this period of your life?
Well, obviously, we've kind of skipped to me getting sentenced. I'm in jail now, but I've been sentenced, 27 months detained, I got.
Yeah.
27 months detained. So if I remember right, if you get a prison sentence detained, it means you have to do all of it. Because if you go to court and you'll get, say, 3 years in prison, you have to do half in prison and half on probation on the street. And if you get under 6 years. If you get over 6 years, I think it's 6 years, you get a parole sentence. So then you have to do 2/3 and you can apply for parole. But if you get a detained sentence, then you just have to do all of it. It's usually for serious crimes.
Got 27 months detained. If people don't know the criminal system, I don't know if it works the same now, but like 20 years ago or whatever, yeah, you get a detained sentence, you have to do the lot, right? You don't do half. So you get 27 months now, just 27 months, it's like 13 months or something. Good behaviour, you might be out on 11.
See, I don't know about that. I've never known anyone get out on good behaviour. I know they do it in America, but in England, if you get a prison sentence, you have to do... I think you can get tagging. I've never been eligible for it because I've breached my licence before. But if you've got a squeaky clean record, and I think maybe it's your first time in prison, you can apply for tagging, where they'll put a tag around your ankle, they'll let you out, and you have to stay in a certain house. You have to be in by 9 o'clock. But getting out early because you behave, I've never seen it. Could be wrong though, let me know.
A detained sentence, you've got to do the lot. So I got 27 months detained. I ended up with 6 months and extra days.
See, how do you get extra days if you're doing 27 months detained? You've got no time to lose. You would have to go to court and get time added onto your sentence, like for an outside charge, which they didn't really used to do that 20 years ago. They'd just put you down the block. So, yeah, I don't know how you can lose 6 months when you're already doing all the time. You've got no time to lose.
But the governors of the jail said to me towards the end of my sentence, if you behave and don't cause no ruckus or anything like that, we'll knock some shit off. So I ended
how
up
can you do that? If you're in prison, doing a prison sentence, 27 months detained, they can't just pull you into the office and say, oh, well, you know what, Danny, seeing as you haven't bit anybody's nose off for the last few days, we'll let you out early. It's just a work like that.
7 months plus
but
6.
Again, I could be wrong, but I've never seen it.
33 months.
All right, before we continue the jail then, take us through the day of your sentencing. What was that like? Did you get woken up at a certain hour in your cell and told?
Yeah, I was woken up at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, they used to wake you up really early. They'd get everybody down reception, and then they'd send you off to whatever court you're in. And when you go to court, it's like a double-edged sword. It's a relief because you know how long you're going to get. You know when you're getting out, because when you're on remand, you don't know when you're getting out, and you're always thinking, oh, well, what if I get out from court, and then it makes your time drag. But when you get sentenced, you know when you're getting out, so it is a relief. But when you go into the courtroom, everybody's dressed properly, everybody's talking, it's really serious and posh, and you know you start shitting yourself, farting and that, literally shitting yourself. And then the judge says, 4 years in prison, take him down, and your stomach sinks. And so it's stressful. But it's a relief as well.
Obviously, I was in Brinsford, then taken to the courts.
Brinsford, where's that?
Downstairs in the courts for fucking hours, bro, before I was called up.
How were you feeling at that point?
Shit in my pants.
Yeah,
I was being told I was going to get 10 years, bro.
You were looking at 10?
I was looking at 10.
And would you have to do
and they
the
would
ones?
always do that. They'd say more than what you're going to get.
No.
Well, no, the whole 10. I mean, if it's going to be 10 years, then I'm probably, I mean, what would I do? About 7.5 or something like that? I think that's how it would have worked in my head.
Knocking off time served, you mean?
Yeah, knocking off time served. It would have been about 7.5, I think I would have done.
Yeah.
So I was in my head thinking I'm going to do 7.5 fucking years here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're thinking of the worst case scenario. You get taken out of the cell and put in the court. And what was the atmosphere in the court like?
Everybody was like, Danny, Danny. The SAS were there, dressed in ninja suits, banging the swords. Danny, you're a big man.
My nan was crying.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Danny. I thought this fucking was going to be hilarious. I thought it was going to be Danny talking about ripping noses off and pulling people's eyes out and shit. So far, it's just been depressing, mate. It's breaking my fucking heart. His nana were there crying in the courtroom.
And a little heart out.
Did she speak on your behalf?
She did.
How did that feel, hearing her speak?
We're not going to get some Viking tears here, are we? Come on, Danny.
She was crying for the whole of it, bro. It was really rough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was,
Oh, yeah. Come on, Danny. Viking tears.
bless her. Fucking hell. Come on, Danny, you big man.
Come on, Danny. Top 5 artist in the world. Pull yourself together.
It's just she's dead now, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just
Rest in peace, Danny's nana.
about me nan again. Looking after me when she didn't have to. Bless her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just crying her heart out, mate. So it was really hard to listen to. Really fucking hard.
See, Nan always had your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did. She was the
She always saw potential in the little Viking.
person. She sent me 3 letters.
Postal orders, because I bet it was postal order, because you couldn't send money back then. You could do, but the screws would nick it, so you had to. The only way to do it was with a postal order. Nowadays, I suppose it'd all be done online.
Sentence. And 3 £5 postal orders, bless her.
And
But then after that,
Just while we're on about postal orders, just a funny little prison story from when I was locked up. And I was padded up with a kid called Ozzy. I think he was from Barnsley or Rotherham. I can't remember. And I was getting out. And I said to him, I'll send you some money, just prison chat. I wasn't really going to send him some money. But then I got out. And what I did was, I had a roll of notes that I'd got out of I think I've nicked them from somewhere. And it was a load of rupees, which is worth about fucking 8 pence or something. So I wrote him a letter saying, thanks for all the grassing what you did. This is your payment for snitching on everybody. This is your green gyro from South Yorkshire Police. And then I sent it to him in the prison, just for like a prank. And then I seen one of the lads that I was in, and we was talking about him, and I said, I sent him some rupees in the post. He said, fucking hell. He says, I remember that. He says, the screws were giving out the mail. They shouted him over, shouted in front of everybody, Ozzy, green gyro's here. Your snitching money's here. He comes steaming off. He's going, what are you on about, you dickhead? He said, you've got a letter here from South Yorkshire Police. Thanks for snitching. He said he went mad. He was saying, what are you fucking on about, you dickhead?
I think my Uncle Roy, you cunt. Do you know what I mean? Right,
that came from nowhere.
Won't visit me no more, so she didn't come after that. I didn't get no letters or nothing.
Why did he do that?
Because he's a fucking cunt. Thing is, my Uncle Roy, he won't watch this, but if you do, mate.
All right, so the judge then...
What happened there? You can't say that if you're not going to fucking tell us.
Did the prosecutor come up,
I want to know what happened now.
say like a load of stuff against you?
Well, basically,
Well, that's what prosecutors do. They make you sound like the devil.
it was all the charges brought up. And she was going on like I was a career criminal, bro. She was like going on like I had no remorse. And
That's what they do. They use all, like with me, they would use my past against me. Like, he's got 15 breaches, he's 40,000 fucking thefts. And they just make it sound really bad.
Do you know what I mean? Rah, 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 fucking rah. She was making me
I've
sound
never heard him say rah, 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 though.
a right cunt. Do you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously my
Well, that then. Fucking hell, that wild, man.
stood up and explained some of the extenuating circumstances.
Is it what? Extenuating circumstances?
But to be honest with you, the police, when the police arrested me, right? They wanted the people I was living with because they was the criminals, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to be snitching, mate. Especially back then, it was a real big no-no. If you snitched, like 20 years ago, then that was as bad as fucking nonsense. You know, if you were known as a snitch in prison, every wing that you went on, you would get battered, and it would just follow you everywhere you went. So snitching was a big no-no. Not like now, where you see it on the dark side, they're all fucking striking each other's channels and snitching on each other. It's fucking pathetic.
People I was living with.
Different time back
I didn't
then.
give them up.
Old school.
And the police were all right with me until the moment when I said, look, I said in an interview, I said, look, I says, I know what you're after here, bruv. I said, it's not going to happen. I says, I did the crime, I'll do the time. Now, yes, most of that shit these people did with me or made me do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I took it myself on my own fucking chin. Do you know what I mean, Ryan? I don't think it went too well for me, bro, to be honest.
Right. So when the sentence came down then, were you surprised?
Well, yeah, because I turned around, because of the lads I've been living with, I knew a little bit about sentences and stuff, do you know what I mean? And I looked at him, I didn't hear the detained bit, bro. So I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and I went, well, I'm going to do like just over a year then. Do you know what I mean? And he went, no, you got the detained sentence. I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
So I was really happy thinking I'm going to do just over a year. And then he told me and I was like, fuck. And then I sunk again.
Do you get to take your back time off that? No.
Your remand time, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the judge's discretion. Usually they'll give you it back though. Time you spent on remand will knock it off your sentence. I remember when I got 4 years in a Crown Court, and I was in Doncaster and I was talking to one of the old boys, and he says, I says, fucking, I'm going to end up getting 7 years here. Because that's what he told me. He says, you're looking at about 7 years. And he says, well, write a letter to the judge and apologise for your behaviour and, and say that you're not going to do it anymore. And I said, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not pussy. I'm not writing to no fucking judge. And then I was sat in myself thinking, fucking 7 years. I'm writing to the fucking judge. So I wrote him a letter saying, no, I'm really sorry for what I did. I was on drugs. I really need a chance. If you give me a chance, then I won't mess it up. And it was a real soppy letter. And the judge read it and he gave me a chance. I was like, fucking hell, it worked. He gave me a drug treatment and testing order, but and he actually said in the court, he says, I'm going to give you the rope to hang yourself with. And so I got out on a DTTO, they used to call him. And then I breached it about fucking 2 months later and got 4.5 years.
7 months then, with your back time taken off, you thought you were going to get 10 years. Was it still a relief?
Yes, of course it was. A fucking really big relief.
So did you just feel like...
Bigger than Brian Cockrell back in the day.
Turn a load, lift
Yeah, I
off
felt
you.
really light, and then obviously once I arrived into the atmosphere of the jail, then it had that raw. Do you know what I mean? It was like, whoa, do you know what I mean? It was like the worst. I've never experienced nothing like it in my life, bro.
Yeah.
It was like
The first time I went to prison, it was fucking mental. Mine was a Cat A high security remand centre. So I'd got there, and while I was in reception, some kid got knocked out and battered for apparently he'd thrown some needles around a kid's play area or something. So about 6 dudes just jumped on him, knocked him out, stamped all over him. And then the screws came in, picked him up, carried him away. Everyone was laughing, shouting, "What up?" And I'm sat there in the corner thinking, fucking hell, this is mental. And then they took us up onto the wing, and before we even walked onto the wing, there was carrying this black guy out who'd had his face melted with red hot water, and I'm like, Jesus, I've not even got on the wing yet. And the screw didn't miss a beat. He just stepped to the side and says, "Hey, come on, son." I was like, fucking hell, mate, he's just had his face burnt up. And then we walked onto the wing and it was just screaming, because there was no TVs back then. It was the YOs, which is under 21s, young offenders. And there was slamming on the door, screaming, shouting. And then when somebody new comes in, straight away everybody's onto him, banging on the walls. "Yeah, new boy, get to your window. Sing fucking 10 cheesy bell ends." And you get people actually doing it, singing 10 cheesy bell ends out the window. That's the worst thing you can do, because then you'll just get terrorised. It was ruthless.
jungle.
Yeah.
The fittest survive and the weakest just die.
That is true. Luckily for me, it was a Donny jail, so I pretty much knew everybody in there, so I was all right, because the Donny lads look after each other. And so as long as you're not like a little muppet, or if you're not a snitch or all like that, then you'll tend to get looked after by your own people from your area.
When you say atmosphere, then could you just expand on that a bit? Like, you're talking about the noise, the guards, the keys, the people looking at you, the smell.
The smells, the keys jingling, the screaming, the banging the doors. It can be really intimidating if you've never been to prison before.
Right. Is the lads, there's no need to do this, right? Yeah. Smashing the fucking windows, banging the windows, calling you all wankers. We're going to
shouting, "Yeah, your mum's fucking doing a backstroke in my toilet. I fucked your mum last night. Get to your window, new boy."
And they're just giving you the worst night of your life, bro.
It's
not good. You know what I mean? It's not good to do that to a young boy who's shitting his pants anyway.
Because you're the fresh meat.
Yeah, I'm fresh, bro. So they're just banging on my floor, my wall. We're going to get you, smashing windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes my pad mate to stand up and go to the window and go, "Yo, shut the fuck up, man." Do you know what I mean?
And once you know how to handle it, you can sort it out pretty quick. But if you're a new guy and you don't know, you know what I mean? It can be really intimidating. And I remember kids killing themselves because they was getting bullied so bad. They just used to terrorise them. They'd do shits in the bed, piss on the pillows and nick all the stuff out of the cells and just terrorise people, run up behind them, whacking them with kidney shots, throwing apples into the back of their heads, and they'd end up just topping themselves because they couldn't take it anymore. It's real nasty stuff. And then if somebody tops themselves, everybody's laughing, fucking taking a piss out of them. He killed himself, what a muppet. Absolutely mental.
I know who he is, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that I'm mate. And just, do you know, like, showers, bro. Do you know before you become somebody who can look after yourself?
Yeah.
Do you know going in any kind of shower?
You've watched
yeah, it's fucking... Because you see all the things on TV, people getting bummed in the showers and stuff. So it is... I remember when I first got it, I didn't come out myself for 2 days. I thought, I ain't going out there. They're fucking mental out there. But eventually I got so bored that I had to go out of the cell. And then, you start getting to know people. And I also remember finding a newspaper underneath my bed. And I must have read that newspaper like 30 fucking times. That's how bored I was.
You've watched too many films, bro. You've just watched too many. You've heard too many stories.
I can be a friend.
Yeah.
Want that cornbread?
Bend over and pick up that soap boy. Oh, you got some rosy cheeks. No, bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be having it. You just can't be having it, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to walk like John Wayne for the rest of my life. Move the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Seriously, it's a scary situation, them showers, mate.
It is. If you've seen all these scenes in...
That's where all the fighting happens as well, because there's no cameras in the showers. But when you're fighting in the showers, you're slipping all over because there's water all over the floors.
You're going in prison for the first time, you're thinking...
And there's a noise, I'll never forget it. It's the same noise you hear. Two lads will go in the showers to have a fight, and it's the squeaking of the trainers on the floor, and then the thumping of the bodies against the walls.
It's the showers.
Yeah, they don't.
You never forget them sounds.
I was in and out there like that. I was like, looking around.
Turn them all on, run straight through and back out. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So, was there anyone then who you particularly bonded with during that sentence?
No. No.
Total lone wolf.
No.
Total low.
Fucking hell. I can't even. Fucking hell, I had loads of mates when I were in there.
Yeah. I had a couple of instances where I got on with a couple of guys. Yeah. Guy actually from Liverpool.
See, somebody like Danny G goes to prison, especially on the YO, especially on the YO's institutions. You're going in there telling everybody that you've bit all these faces off, you've knocked out 30 men and, fought 10 men with dressing gowns on. And people like that tend to get laid out in the showers. They get found out pretty quick.
Mad fuck. Do you know what I mean? He was crazy as fuck, but he really made me laugh because I'm not joking with you. Do you know how I first met this dude?
Do you want to give a shout out to him?
I can't remember his name,
Really?
I can't remember your name, bro. Do you know what I mean? But if you're watching this, right, it's that many years ago. I met so many people since. I do apologise, but you'll know who you are.
What year was it?
It was, fucking now, let me think. I was 17 and a half then, isn't it? So I'm 40 now, so 23 years ago.
23 years ago, so late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s, yeah. Yeah, so
I was doing jail in the early 90s. It's fucking how old I am.
you both, you know who you are.
Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not joking with you, bro. He's come in, he's sat there on Soch.
Let's just finish this
lads
one.
I betted him.
Soch, that's where you get let out of your cell. You can go and play pool, go on the phone, go in the shower, call it
Phone cards,
association.
and I was like, what the fuck's going on
They
here?
don't do phone cards anymore now. I think you get a phone in your cell, you get a little travel kettle, you get a TV, one of those little flat screen TVs. Everything's computerized now. I've not been locked up for a while.
What's going on? Do you know what I mean? Right. So I walked over. I'm just curious. Bro, this geezer is stubbing out fags on his nipples, bro, for phone cards. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
get people like that in jail. Some people dance for dimps and fucking, for drugs. They do some stupid things.
I swear, I had to do.
And you see people running around the yard picking up dimps, and some people just don't care. Just little scrap
I'm like,
bags.
yo, bro, I'll get your phone card. Stub a faggot on your nipple. Do you know what I mean? Because back then, everyone, you could smoke in jail, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Right? Yeah, right. You can't now, but you could then. Do you know what I mean? Right? So
yeah, now it's all vapes. But anyway, that's the video for today. So if you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Mange 2, YouTube, Mange 2.